Hi everyone, back again, James from Elite. So we are at this lovely property in Lincolnshire doing a Heat Geek job this week, so very excited. I previously came here before and did the design consultation with the customer. After the heat loss report, it showed that it was a 12 kilowatt Aratherm Plus that we need to put in, along with a Heat Geek cylinder. So this is a really big job, really important, really exciting job to get our teeth sunk into. So this is a 1960s, 70s house, cavity wall insulation in there, which obviously massively helped with our heat loss because such a big property, we needed help from the insulation. I'm going to go inside now and take you through the pre-installation checks that we do, walk you through the installation that we're going to do with the guys, and we'll show you how the installation gets on. Okay, so this is where the heat pump's going to be sitting. Got to get this thing out the way first. This is going to be really pleasant. So I think there's about 1,000 litres still left in this. So my idea is to get a sump pump, put it in there. Thankfully, and if you can hear me still on the microphone, new mic, sump pump it into next door neighbour's garden because they said they wanted the oil. So we're going to sump pump this into there, and there's going to be a lot of litres left in it at the bottom. So don't really know how we're going to get the rest of it out the bottom, but you know, comments below will be helpful after the event. So this is going to be moved out of the way, and the Aratherm Plus is going to be sat here. Thankfully, like all oil tanks, it's sat on a concrete base. Yeah. So it's sat on a concrete base, so we don't have to make a base. If this can carry this, it's going to easily carry our heat pump. From there is some pavers just down over there, so we can put the condensate and the soak away just beside it, which is really good. And then we're going to run the primaries through a loft space and then a void. Because this is a 12 kilowatts, this is really on the borderline of this heat pump and the capacity. We are going to be running it in 35mm copper or 40mm MLCP to be decided still, but it needs that big bore pipe to get it to the oil boiler, which we're going to show you inside. So from there, yeah, this one out the way, primary pro installation on the external pipework, antifreeze valves on the back of the unit with lever ball valves to isolate the heat pump if we need to, and as I say, primary pipework inside. So we're going to take you inside now, look at the oil boiler and my idea of how we're going to get that piped, and let's take a look at the Heat Geek cylinder, which is really cool as well. Heat Geek cylinder is one of the biggest one they've done, literage wise, because they've got loads of bedrooms, loads of usage, loads of people here, and they needed that literage. So the good thing about the Aratherm Plus, it's a big boy heat pump, and we've got a nice big coil, so that recovery is going to be really good and really efficient as well. So really excited to see that one in operation. So that's going to be cool. So heat pump's a nice location. I'm just going to grab this tripod, and as you can see, get off. As you can see, there is no one in the vicinity at all over there, solid brick. So sound calculations are absolutely fine. And I'll just take it down there a bit to give you a bit of a more of a perspective of where that heat pump's going to sit. So really cool location, really happy with that. Yeah. All right, inside, let's do it. Okay, so we're in the garage or plant room, whichever you want to call it, because there's that much kit in here now. So the heat pump's turned up. This came pre-installation day from Heat Geek, so they delivered the heat pump beforehand to site. The customer was in and there was massive access as well, so that really helped. So everything's here ready to go for the installation team on Monday, and we've got the Heat Geek cylinder as well. Can't remember if this is a 300 or 400 litre cylinder. I'll double check that, but yeah, both the massive components here. All the miscellaneous is going to arrive in the next day or so. So the installation team's got everything ready to go on the Monday. And obviously you'll hopefully see some videos of the progression and installation throughout that 3 or 4 days. I'm going to take you over to the boiler area and show you what we are planning to do. So just to give you a bit of a background on the process that we do for Heat Geek and Elite is they give us a design consultation, we go down, we do the design, give the customer a proposal via Heat Geek. From there they're happy, everything's fantastic because they love Heat Geek and us. Then we will set an installation date. Prior to that installation date, myself and Tom Foster, who heads up our installation team, our director, will come down, assess the property and the design, and just make sure that we're both on the same page. Obviously there is me, the designer, and Tom, the installer, and heads up the installer, and there's that good collaboration and no grey areas between us two before the ball starts rolling on the Monday. So Tom's been down, gone over everything with me and the customer, and we're all happy and all ready to go. So I'm going to take you over to the boiler area now and show you. It's a bit dark, but I'll have a go and show you what I think we need to be putting in. Okay, right, let's do it. Okay, this is the boiler area and therefore the cylinder area. And I've just realised that this tripod goes up a little bit higher, which is fantastic news as well. So, cylinder is in the middle of the house at the moment. Customer wants it where the old boiler was. So we're going to remove that cylinder and get all that out, tanks, shower pumps and everything like that, and that's out the way. We are going to be putting a hot water return on this cylinder. I know that's a bit of a boo-boo sometimes for heat pumps, but it's so far away that we just can't get, we just need it basically. So there is a hot water return tap in on the Heat Geek cylinder. We're going to be putting a pump on there and a smart plug on there because the customer loves his tech. Put a smart plug on there so you can time it for when he needs that shower pump, the hot water return pump, not shower pump. So time it exactly when we need it. The flow for the cylinder, which is here, is now going to be our hot water return. We'll clean it, cleanse it, and make sure that that's nice for the hot water return, but we're going to utilise that pipe. So that's that. We're very fortunate that all of the circuits in the house come back to this localised point as well, instead of just like one big heating circuit and then teeing off and stuff like that. We've got our upstairs, our downstairs, our manifolds, we've got our annex, we've got everything down here. So our 35mm primaries or 40mm MLCP will come down and yeah, just tee off to all of these areas. So it's, you know, we're very fortunate that the pipework is heat pump ready. I was going to say Heat Geek ready there. I've been saying Heat Geek too much. Heat pump ready. And so we don't have to do any upgrades throughout the property. We've done the heat loss, we've done the calculations, and we're happy that this pipework will be suffice and not need upgrading. So really good. If you are wondering, completely off topic, this is Hoover. Check this out. Sights on the wall, and he's got Hoover points all of his house. Brilliant. Who needs a wife? Only kidding. Just lost about 500 viewers there. So, oil boiler out, oil out, tank out, cylinder out, tanked out, Heat Geek cylinder in. Pipework's good. One open loop, open volume, underfloor downstairs, radiators upstairs, a few radiators in the annex. The only radiator that we've needed to upgrade for a 40 degree maximum flow temperature at 30 degrees, sorry if I'm closing my eyes a bit because I was concentrating, is 40 degrees. So we're just going to do one big temperature, one open loop, and go for it. Also, this heat installation is going to be on open energy monitoring as well, so very exciting. So open energy monitoring, couldn't be any more kit. I think we're going to board this. This is going to be nicely black boarded, so it's going to stand out, the Heat Geek cylinder. And obviously all of the pipework accessible in front of the cylinder. What else was I saying? Oh, he's actually the customer's putting some LED lights around it to make it stand out, and then putting different colours for different scenarios. So maybe if this heat pump drops below 300% efficiency, it goes red or something like that, I don't know. But it'll be always on green, so don't worry about it. So yeah, this is going to be a Heat Geek job, very excited. Open energy monitoring. I've talked enough on part pre-install. The guy's going to get at it, see some lovely videos, and then I'll come commission it. Part of the commission is fully flushing everything, no matter what, flush everything, and then we'll be demineralizing, deionizing the water through a resin, making sure that water is creme de la pommes, as I say. Then we'll be taking the customer through the controls, paperwork, handover, making sure that he is perfect on it. He's set up a new controls and new thermostat. To be quite honest, the customer's so clued up and such more of a geek than Adam Chapman. I'm sure he'll be telling me how to set this thing up. So very exciting, really cool. And yeah, hopefully enjoy the action videos and then see me again on the commissioning and then get it all set up. Okay. Okay, welcome back. This is the Heat Geek job we've been given. Thank you very much, Heat Geek. This is the last day. Today, we're going to get the system up and running. Liam's really lagging and making sure the pipework looks all neat and tidy and, yeah, properly insulated. So the guys have finished up, done a fantastic job. So our job today, me and Liam, is to commission the system. We're going to be thorough flushing the heating system. As you can see, some tubes coming off there, flushing the system out, and then doing the water quality, VDI in the water quality, so taking the minerals out of the water, demineralizing the water, taking the conductivity out of the water, and making sure it's nice and perfectly clean. So there was a little change to the installation whilst there was doing it. The primary pipework had to go around the building because we couldn't get it through some voids and stuff like that because of steels and girders and the normal stuff that happens. This is an open loop system and we've got a 50 litre volumizer on the return and we've got a Heat Geek cylinder in the back. We need to get some stickers on there. We'll make sure that looks shiny and happy before we go. And that box on the wall there is open energy monitoring. Along with that, they've got the MyValent Connect app as well, so they can monitor the system massively on this, twofold on this one basically, through the MyValent Connect app and on the open energy monitoring. So I'm going to be cleaning the water now, flushing the water out and getting that going through the controls and then taking the handover through with the customer, making sure they are perfect on their new heating system. So I will do this process now, take you through to the outdoor unit, see how that looks, show you a bit of the outdoor unit and take you through to the system as well. All right, and the Keep seems to be having power cuts as well today. That's not just us. And the battery, this SIG Energy battery, this is completely off topic. This SIG Energy battery keeps kicking in uninterrupted power supply because they're having power cuts throughout today. So that was that little flash. So as you can see, all my thorough flush stuff there. Tagging onto fill and flush valves, ready to go, and we're flushing the system out as well. So very exciting. As you can see, the primary pipework goes right up and over and through the outside, so it's a hell of a long pipe run, but we have sized it correctly and we've got 35mm primary, so very good. Okay, I'll crack on, keep you informed, and yeah. Quick side note, so we had the filter on, basket gauze filter, had it up and running for a couple of minutes. First time it was up and running, literally for a couple of minutes doing a bit of a hot water cycle and an air purge through the Valent control. And there you go, that will block that will cause you problems. You will get callbacks. So our water's got to be crystal clear, and therefore we don't have basket filters going like that all the time. Nightmare, absolute nightmare. So that's what it was like in the morning. I'm going to give that a good clean and put that out at the end. We don't need it yet because it's going via that and straight out of our dump and not going through the machine. Yeah. So whilst we've been flushing, we've done the hot water coil first, and then we've done some of the underfloor. There's 2 manifolds on this. We've done one manifold. We're doing the radiators in more of this annexy part here, which is around the garage. Not bad water quality. Yeah, luckily, and what we've got, like I explained before, we've got all the circuits coming back to the centralised point of the cylinder cupboard, cylinder area, and we've got isolations everywhere, so we can isolate different sections of the property instead of going, you know, individual radiators or circuits. We can just isolate the circuits from here, which is really good. So currently we're on the annex radiators. So I will be going round and switching every radiator off, barring one. So it's quite intense in one particular radiator, and then working my way back. Once that water is clean, and we know that the radiator is clean as well. So we've got to turn these radiators off, or the radiators as well. So that is a flushing process. Once that's nice and clean, we'll demineralise through it. This is just the annex part. So radiators, 2 radiators in here, 2 radiators in an office at the back, and then we've got the annex above, which is Highland Views. This is what we was going to try and get primary route through here before, but because of laminate flooring, girders, steels, everything, it was just impossible. So we had to take it round, unfortunately. Radiators here and throughout. We're locking them down, working my way back. There's low water content radiators really. In that radiator, what, 3 litres? The cold water mains is probably 14 litres a minute, so you can see how fast they can flush out and get clean. So it's clean, we'll treat it. Okay. All right, just to go over these last fixtures and fittings of the outdoor unit. So the guys lifted this bad boy, which weighs about 120 kilos, of the Valen Aratherm Plus 12 kilowatt. Lifting straps, plenty of bodies, right round the side of the property, which is a large property. I bet that is a good 100 metres to the front of the house. But they've got it here, sited on this massive solid base. No issues with the foundations because an oil tank was here in the first place. So sited it here, no issues with sound calculations, MCS sound assessment issues. There's no one in the vicinity, and the zonal areas, there's no windows, doors and that in the vicinity as well. So this was a really easy unit to site in the first place. Sometimes the Valant units can be a bit tricky in siting, away from open windows, open with doors, drains, stuff like that, because of the R290 gas in it, which is a bit of an explosive gas to say. So yeah, sited it really easy peasy. Guys have ran 35mm primaries, as you can see on the videos. We've put trunking on that. It does give a bit more weatherproofing. Anything over a metre or so, we tend to start putting trunk on it. It has a pipework nice, and the insulation and everything in it nice and tidy. And it just gives it a bit more weatherproofing as well. So yeah, we've used a heck of a lot of trunking on this one particularly. But yeah, looks really, really cool. And yeah, really happy with there's a reason actually he's left a little bit of base down here. It's not exactly central, is because the customer is thinking of getting aircon. I don't know if I said this in another video, thinking of getting aircon as well in the future, because yeah, he's got all the solar and battery in the well, so why wouldn't he? Okay, I'm back. Right, commissioning day. So what it is the guys have finished up. We've all finished up and we got the system up and running last night. I've come back today to commission the heat pump system with my Heat Geek app, which we got up and running, and that's going to go through product information, running information, and then handing it over to the customer as well. I just want to show you the final result. Yeah, the lads have done a fantastic job. So a Heat Geek cylinder in the background, 400 litre Heat Geek cylinder, Newark cylinder with a 6 metre coil. We had a lot of hot water needs by the customers, himself and his family, and a lot of power showers as well. We've blackboarded the back of it because just didn't get enough here, but still, it really tidied up this corner and made it stand out, the cylinder. And this big unit here on the side is a 50 litre volumizer. We calculated the flow, the volume of the system, and we just needed a 50 litre volumizer. That helps elongate cycle times and helps with the defrost. That will go from your central heat and retain back to the heat pump, and it will take it from this volumizer before taking it from any of these systems. So these are really, really handy. Yeah, if you're without the volume on the system, then we'll add a volumizer as well. So I've had the system up and running this morning. I'm going to take you a few of the controls as well, and a few of the settings that we would put on this Vaillant controller and Vaillant heat pump, and yeah, tell you how we can gain more efficiencies out of that. So on this particular 12 kilowatt Aerotherm Plus, we'll expect about 2,000 litres of flow per hour. So lots of flow. We've managed to get this and seen the data on this controller here this morning. Really chuffed, obviously, because you can see by the videos and the pipework, it is a heck of a long primary run, but that 35mm is doing its job. So we've had good flow rate. Now, to get good efficiencies on the heating, on the hot water and the heating, is lower the flow, the more efficient the heat pump becomes. Because of the big massive coil on these Heat Geek cylinders and these Newark cylinders, they can absorb more energy and therefore run at a low flow temperature. You will actually see on this particular heat pump that because on the open energy monitoring, because the customer's got cheaper energy during the night, is running that a little bit higher because he wants to store hot water at a cheaper rate. But he can do that very, very efficiently at the same time. Back to the heating side of things, same again, low, slow and continuous is the way to go. And we put this on what's called pure weather compensation. That is the sensor controller is staying there. It's not actually registering the temperature in the garage. Don't worry. This is on what's called pure weather compensation. So we've got the outside thermostat outside, reading the temperature, and whatever temperature that is, it will deliver a flow temperature inside, working on a weather curve. We've set this quite low, a little bit lower than the design we've designed to. The reason being is we design it to CIBSE guidelines and around the customer's needs as well. The amount of times that we come to commissioning the heat pump and then they say, well, actually, we only like it 18 degrees inside. You're thinking, well, you've spec for the property and not the customer most of the time. So we can lower that flow temperature and lower that weather curve accordingly to what the customer needs as well. So this not being 45 degree flow temperature, maximum flow temperature, this can be now, 38 to 40 or whatever the weather curve. I think the weather curve on 0.45 is maybe 38 degree flow temperature maximum at -3. So that's what we've done. If they're a little bit colder, we've got a lot of leeway just to bump that back up, but most of the time they are okay. Along with that, if we are doing pure weather compensation all the time, it's really important to put an outside temperature stop as well, because we just don't want that going all year round and the customer not knowing about it. So we put this around about 17 or 18 degrees. So once it hits that temperature outside, then the heat pump will just turn off and not ask for heating altogether at all. That is how we gain really, really high efficiencies, is not letting the heat pump stop on a thermostat and an on-off switch. Basically, it's going low, slow and continuous. Whatever outside temperature will deliver a flow temperature and just keep going and going and going on their winter seasons. And that really boosts the efficiency right up. Few of the controls, a few of the things, we've just got the immersion's just put into a program there. If he ever wants to use the immersion and some programs for cheaper tariffs, he can do. Or if he wants to put on an iBoost one day, he's got a massive amount of battery in the background over there. So if he wants to boost it in around that battery storage, he can do. We've done the disinfection cycle via the heat pump, because same again, it'll be the most efficient way with that massive coil. And we also got, the volumizer, the open energy monitor, and the customer will be running off the my Vaillant control as well. So I can see how the efficiency and the heat pump's running. So can Heat Geek monitor that as well. And then everyone's aware of how the system is up and running. This has been a challenging project. a very good project. Mr. Wright, who's been a fantastic customer of ours, has been brilliant along the way, really open to open volume and just getting the most out of the system. Yeah, and this is going to be really, really good to watch during the winter season. So it's off at the moment. It is now last day of July. I'm sure this will be coming on probably mid-October, and then we can start to see how the efficiency going on open energy monitoring. So yeah, really, really cool. First time we've done a Heat Geek cylinder. Really smart. We've done the mini store in the past. That was really cool as well. That got us out of a problematic loft area space, which was really good. But yeah, most of the time, open volumizer on the bottom, open loop is the way to go, guys. So yeah, thank you, Heat Geek, for giving us this job. Hopefully the guys done a fantastic job. I'm commissioning it up, getting it signed over to the customer right now, taking him through the controls. It's pretty switched on anyway, to be fair. And yeah, loving it. All right, well, thank you for listening, watching, and if you love these channels and videos, please like and subscribe as always. They massively help. And thanks again, guys. Cheers now. Bye-bye.
But you still see Adam Chapman doing this. We have a little leak. I haven't sold it in a few years. I've drained it, cut it. It's just a tiny little weep. Get it sorted, flush that little bit out, and get it going again. Should have used press fit on this little bit. But I think it's because it was a bit tight. I'll stare at the camera. It was a bit tight. Here we go. You don't lose it.